Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Sean Diddy Combs, it looks like these rumors about Mark Agnifilio and you being involved in some type of conspiracy, there might be something to it. And who's the person putting this on the docket? It is Anthony Rico, the attorney that just resigned for Diddy. You guys sit down. We got to talk about this. There is something going on. Diddy is going for broke. He is looking at spending the rest of his life in jail. And that's if he's not in a state that does a death penalty. But he is looking at spending the rest of his life in jail. A lot of people says Diddy was already reckless. Diddy already went crazy. Now he just doesn't care. And he is paying Mark Agnifilio so much that Mark doesn't care. Mark thinks that he is two steps ahead of the feds at all time. That is how he sold himself to Diddy. That is how people say that Anthony Rico literally threw his hands up and said, "I'm out. Y'all mofos are crazy. You are on the Titanic rearranging desk chairs and holding people hostage in your staterooms. I am out." But get this, people are saying that one of the ways that Mark Agnifilio sold himself to Diddy and made him seem like he is his only salvation is because Mark Agnifilio was like, "Yo, I got a plan. I got a plan." He speaks to Diddy's desperateness. Diddy is pumping his entire fortune into Mark Agnifilio and his other counsel, which I think at this point is just Tinny Garagos, but Mark Agnifilio is definitely taking the lead on this. Okay, are you guys with me? Now, interesting enough, when Anthony Rico quit, he made this whole out statement about how his ethics prohibit him from moving forward on the case. Not workload, not, "Oh my God, I'm sick. You guys go on without me." Not, "Well, you know what? It just wasn't a nice fit." But ethically, I cannot continue to move forward with this case. Now, listen, hold that into your heads while we go over what Mark Agnifilio is the reason that Anthony Rico said he had to leave the case. And then we're going to get into how this 100% guarantees that there is some type of conspiracy going on between Diddy and Mark Agnifilio. Now, if that conspiracy is legal, I don't know. However, it does look like Anthony Rico is doing everything he can legally to separate himself from whatever conspiracy in a RICO organization may be going on with Diddy. You guys remember how the federal government was always saying to Diddy, not only are you doing illegal things, not only are you having family members arrange for you to uh, threaten witnesses, tamper witnesses, or even have communications outside of your legal party, which makes it seem like, yeah, that's why you're in jail in the first place and you were denied bail. But your lawyers are also helping you talk to people outside of the legal purveyance, right? And a lot of people are like, okay, you know what? We'll just let that go. But with Anthony Rico actually stepping back, it brings it all in purpose of what is it when you have a RICO organization? A RICO organization is a criminal conspiracy for racketeering, all this illegal stuff, money laundering, you know. Important to remember that when you are dealing with a RICO case, you're doing criminal things. Two criminals get together and like, "Yo, you like doing criminal things? Yo, I like doing criminal things too. Yo, same. Let's link up and take over this world in the most criminal way possible." Well, when the feds or even the legal authorities are on your tail and they're like, "Yo, I think you're part of the RICO conspiracy." One of the ways, and RICO, if you get convicted of RICO stuff, it is 10 times worse than if you're just doing lone criminal stuff. Okay, this is the way the government took down the mob, the Italian mob, the Jewish mafia. It is very heavy penalties. Nobody wants to get caught up in a RICO charge. Robbery on itself, you go into jail for how long? Robbery and a RICO charge, baby, kiss it goodbye. So, what does that mean? People that hear about RICO organizations, they want to separate themselves as much as possible. How do you get yourself out of conspiracy, especially a RICO conspiracy? You have to do a number of things. Number one, you have to publicly denounce that I am not a part of this conspiracy. My name is Bennett and I'm not in it. Because when it's a conspiracy, you are held liable for all crimes that happen in the conspiracy until you publicly denounce yourself or remove yourself from the conspiracy. So we make a conspiracy to rob a bank, right? And we're like, okay, we meet and we're like, yo, okay, we're going to do this. And then the next day I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to go to jail, but I know that you're robbing the bank. Even though I did not rob the bank with you, I took a step forward in the conspiracy. We talked about it, you discussed it. And even though I quietly slunk away, when they go and arrest the bank robbers, that is not enough to say that I was not a part of the conspiracy anymore. Because once you take the first step toward a conspiracy, you are legally involved until the conspiracy is over or until the criminal actions are stopped. So, why does this have to do with Anthony Rico? Think about it. Diddy's attorney out the blue publicly said, I can no longer do this ethically. Does that not sound like you are publicly denouncing any part of dealing with a conspiracy or the criminal investigation? On top of that, you must notify the authorities of the criminal investigation and tell them, I am no longer a part of this conspiracy. Once you do those things, then the law will not look at you anymore as a part of a conspiracy up to the day that you denounced it. Again, well, what's going on with Diddy? It looks a bit odd. Now, keep that in mind for what it takes to actually denounce yourself from a criminal conspiracy, especially a RICO organization. It's not enough just to quietly leave. You must publicly denounce and either alert the authorities or help the authorities stop the conspiracy. Again, I don't know. Mark Agnifilio just did an exclusive with TMZ where they said, no. Tony Rico didn't quit for ethical stuff. No. I know he said that, but don't believe your lying eyes. He quit over the defense strategy battle. He was jealous that I was in charge and that Diddy trusts me and Diddy believes me. What is Mark Agnifilio and Diddy up to? Get to this, right? Sources with direct knowledge of Anthony Rico's exit from Diddy's camp tell us there's been a power struggle going on between Mark Agnifilio and Anthony Rico for months, and it finally came to a head. What was that power struggle? Don't do it, we going to get caught? What was the power struggle? They said, as reported, Rico shook up Diddy's team Friday morning by informing the judge that he could no longer effectively defend his client. But his filing lacked detail about why he was jumping ship. I believe he said he couldn't ethically defend him. Anyway, they said, for his part, Mark Agnifilio has repeatedly denied the trafficking charge and instead says the so-called freak-offs always involve consensual sex between Diddy, a girlfriend, and a third party. Agnifilio filed a motion to dismiss count 3. Forget about that. Right? They say, our sources say Anthony Rico grew frustrated when his efforts to speak directly to Diddy about legal strategies were thwarted by Mark Agnifilio. And that's why he felt he couldn't properly defend Diddy. We're also told Tony Rico strongly believed they wouldn't be ready for trial by May 5th, the scheduled start date, and thought they should ask the judge for more time. His co-counsel strongly disagreed, push came to shove, and Anthony Rico peaced out. Our sources connected to Diddy told us Rico's departure is much ado about nothing, saying lead defense attorneys Mark Agnifilio and Tinny Garagos have been rock solid for almost a year now. You guys, who knows what's really going on at Diddy's camp? But I'm telling you, by the twitching of my thumbs, something wicked definitely this way comes. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. We're going to be following that, and I will talk to you later. Bye.